Hello, friends. Hi, how are we today? I hope we are all doing well. I am here for a longer plan with me than normal, and that is because I am using the February 2023 subscription kit from the Coffee Monsters Co., her first ever subscription kit, and it's called Cozy Cafe. And so this was a combination of that little subscription kit, which isn't like a sticker kit meant for the 7x9. Um, and leftover spread and use your stuff spread. And honestly, I can't tell you how much I love this. I think this whole thing turned out so well and I am so happy with it. I know I went a little bit overboard on the side with that washi, but I think that it turned out really, really well. So to start off with, I pulled in, this is called Wild Oat. And it's sort of like a beige with peachy undertones from Simply Gilded, and then from her spring release many years ago now. I want to say 2018, possibly 2017. It's the pink with polka dots. If you guys didn't know, the pink with polka dots is my favorite. And on the side corner, it is one of her book washies, and that is also one of my favorites. I hadn't actually used that one yet in any of my spreads, so it was really exciting to be able to bring it in. So I just brought the washi straight across the bottom like I would with any washi from any kit. And I wasn't sure if I was going to make washi boxes out of it. Just showing you how much of the pink polka dot I use. It's probably one of my most used washies, so there's obviously significantly less, and it makes me really happy. I know I'm going to be sad when I'm out of it, but like, use your stuff. Use your stuff. That's all. For headers, I decided to pull in these headers from the Prairie Planner. And honestly, I could have done scatter boxes, but I was a little bit nervous to do scatter boxes, if we're going to be totally honest about it. I just didn't. I scattered my last spread, which was Page Turner by Saucy Stickers Co. Actually, honestly, I'll link that up above. It is probably one of the prettiest spreads I've ever done in my life. But so I had this page, which kind of matched the colors that I've pulled perfectly. So I realized that those pink glitter headers look almost the same, but they're definitely different off camera. And I just pulled in a bunch of leftover full boxes that I had, just to make it a little bit easier for myself, instead of having to make washi full boxes. But you'll see that I changed some of that shortly, and I ended up doing a third set of headers, which I rarely do. I did do last week. Again, we'll have to go and see that one. But I just wanted to use up all of the headers on this page. And honestly, I think that this turned out well, and it gave it the structure that I was looking for and a little bit that I needed this week. So I was a little bit more meticulous with the placement of my glitter headers than I normally am. Then I was trying to figure out what to do for this sidebar and for the rest of the boxes. And then I saw these cute little vellum ones. And honestly, I decided that each of them I wanted to make a cafe scene with. So I used the little rounded top ones to make it look like a window or an arch. And then obviously these two emojis are sitting and having a coffee in their first one. And the second one, I made it look like a little shelf and then a little square window up above. And I love the little emojis on either side. It's just emoji, emotet, motet. Is that, anyway, that's her labeling and packaging for her envelopes for the subscription kit, which is really cute. So I honestly, I ended up loving how this turned out. I thought it was super duper adorable. And so to make it look like windows and then like somebody having their coffee, and then one of them to make it look like sort of, this was like, oh yeah, this is a little box that I'm bringing in. And I just thought it was really cute. And let me know how you think it turned out. Because I think it turned out really well. And I will say the stickiness of these like vinyl stickers that the emojis are printed on is above and beyond the stickiness of anything else. I really like them. So sorry, I will pull it down. I just used the T icons or the different drink icons to do the date dots just because I had them and I wanted to use them. And then I put in this last like little note thing, and I used my Sharpie, because that's the one that works on these vellums, to say this week, because I did not have a this week sticker. And then I just drew a little arrow down because I put it a little bit too high up, but it wasn't going to peel off that washi nicely. And I did something that I have never done before, which is just add in the deco at the top just to give it a little bit more oomph extra. Definitely not something I'm considering for future, but I needed something here, and it was really cute, and I could have either added in washi or done this, and I wanted it to not be quite so full, so this was great. Then I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do extra. Was I going to include that vellum? It didn't work for me. So I'll be totally transparent. I'm not going to use the rest of the vellum because I don't feel like I have a use for that, especially because it's particularly difficult to write on. But the vellum that she uses in other kits, I can use. So this one is not going to be for me. Then we added in our 2 leftover habit trackers. And then I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for my Monday through Sunday, and I just couldn't find anything that really worked, nothing that I was really happy with. And so I was like trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And in the end, I went through my leftover stack next to me, which I probably should have done off camera, but I went through my leftover stack next to me and I ended up adding it in. I tried to find something here and it just wasn't working, as you can see. But the one that I found matched pretty perfectly, so I was really happy with that. And I was thinking about that one over there, but it was too bright. And the thing is, some of these things look really good on camera, but they don't actually look good when they're in the spread. So I just ended up finding one from Let's Planet to add in. I think that's the one that I added in. Hopefully that comes up soon. I know that there's a lot of like dead space in this voiceover. I actually have this sped up to triple time. So that's how long it took me to put the base of this down. And then I just had to move everything up because I wanted to add in my currently reading script. And I actually ended up putting in that I was in a reading slump because I finished 4th Wing and nothing was as good. But here we are. I've slowed down a little bit and we start into our day by day. So the first thing I did was I used a little emoji, and I used him to mark very, very, very early morning with the boys. The next step, I used a little emoji, and there's a lot of emojis in this spread, even more emojis. I tried to pull in as much as possible because it was a Coffee Monsters Co. kit, so why not pull in all the Coffee Monsters Co. So I just used that emoji in a onesie to mark that I went to the zoo, and then 2 Fox and Cactus cell phones to mark that I had calls with my mom and my dad that day. I used a Fox and Cactus squish to note that we went to Costco in the afternoon, and I actually have, not custom, but I have Costco stickers from Magical Sticker Co., and I love her font. You guys know that I always try and replicate it just to do something different, but if I can have one where she does it and I can use a sticker, then I don't have to do an S, and you guys know I do not like writing the letter S. Mine never turns out as nice as Lindsay's, so... After that, this is going to be a big struggle. Doing this day was like the biggest struggle of all, but I marked that I did laundry. Lots of Fox and Cactus in the spread too. I thought it lended itself really well to the spread, and I decluttered my upstairs linen closet. So both of those are marked with a Fox and Cactus icon. And then I had a YouTube binge, and then that night, and that's Dash of Sun Designs, and again, the script is from Magical Sticker Co. But that night, I got into bed. I was really, really cold, so I got in bed with my hot water bottle, and my foot started burning. I was like, that's so weird. And then I started to feel a little bit of wet, and sometimes there's like a little drip from the hot water bottle, so I'm like used to it. And then I did not realize, but I fully burnt to the point of blistering my foot on the boiled water in my hot water bottle that had leaked all over my side of the bed. It literally stopped in the middle, never once, not once went over to my husband's side. It was insane. I was up so late washing the sheets to like get them dry, just drying them. But it went all over everything, deep down into my mattress. It took 3 days to fully dry. And the moral of the story is I burnt my foot, and I burnt my foot very, very, very badly. I still have the marks on it a couple months later. And so to mark that whole saga, I used 2 coffee Monsterz Kawamoti, one with like the ouchies, to mark that on the sheet. And then the other one I was just like the Friday the 13th, which is like symbolizing bad luck to me, because I didn't have a hot water bottle leaked all over the bed. So yeah, you're gonna see how everything got changed here, and I just bent over the girls, the Fox and Cactus girls, and just sort of made them fit. And then I put in the little emojis to mark everything. And then moving on to Tuesday. On Tuesday, I used another squish. I didn't have a specific Canadian Tire icon, so I just used a squish with a hammer to mark Canadian Tire. And then after that, I used one of the little emojis from the subscription kit to mark that I just did a quick run to Sobeys. So we're trying, I guess we're trying new stuff with our groceries. Because it's just not cost effective to shop at one store anymore, we're going to be shopping at several different stores. So the next day we went to Sobeys and got some of the things that we needed there that they definitely wouldn't have at Costco. And then I was trying to find good harvest stickers, but I just ended up using Farmer's Market Olivia from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. After I marked that I had a nap with my kiddo. We had strawberry harvest, so that was really exciting. Then my older kiddo and I did outside play, which was really, really nice. And I just love all the brands in this spread. Some people hate brands in their spreads, but I really, really, really enjoy them. And then next up, I used the little laptop from the sub box to note that I edited and uploaded my Organize with Me, and if you part 2, and if you haven't seen that, you should absolutely go and check it out. I will link it in the iCard. And then I did more filming and a voiceover for a memory plan with me, and then another YouTube binge, and I marked it the same way with the YouTube binge Magical Sticker Co. Font, and then the Dash of Sun Design little YouTube icon hand drawn. On Wednesday, I marked that we did. Oh, I had to go to Freshco to pick up lawn bags. We just had so much yard work that we had to do. Honestly, with the baby, and he doesn't nap the same way that my older kiddo did. So certainly trying to find the time to do that stuff was tricky. So I just used another one of the icons from the sub box to mark that I walked up to Freshco for that. And I don't think I got anything else. But at that time, I went for a 4-kilometer walk with my little guy in the stroller, and that was good. So he had a tiny little nap there, and that was better. At least he's napping a little bit. And I'd love to say that sleep is better, but he is struggling. Then I used the font that I am using here is I think it's called like Unicorn Sprinkles. It's in Sweet Tea Sticker Co. shop. She has gotten rid of all of her different like listings for fonts, and it's like one custom listing, and you can request custom stickers for her, and then she has 14 different types of font, which is really nice. So we ended up pruning the lilac trees in our front and our back. One of the lilac trees, unfortunately, completely had to be chopped down and gotten rid of. We did that a different day, but it was encroaching on our neighbors, like our shared fence with our neighbor. It was pushing it. It's leaning actually at quite an alarming degree. So we needed to get rid of it. And when we dug it up, the roots were completely entwined with Creeping Charlie. So we pruned both of the lilac trees and started the process of getting rid of that one. And then we did another strawberry harvest. We're doing them like every day at this point. And then we did weeding. So a lot of that is marked with scripts, and Olivia's from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. And then I had to add in another quarter box extender because the days are just busy, especially in summer when you've got a lot to do when it comes to like gardening. I just find that those days in particular, I like to mark the days that I do that. I go back in my planner and I look like, oh, this is when I planted. This is what I planted. This is when I want. And I've fallen off so badly this year. I've been really lucky. We've had enough rain that I haven't needed to water as much as I have in previous summers. But certainly when I look back, I'm going to be like, what happened here? So I need to be a little bit more diligent about marking all of that. Then I just noted my mom came over for a visit, and my husband and I watched Ted Lasso that night. And then my big kid he was really upset that his grandma left. So he just cried a lot and had like a very, very long meltdown. It was rough. On Thursday and Friday, I marked daycare drop-off with a Coffee Monsterz Co. emoji once again, and then the script is from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. And on Thursday, I just marked that I did another walk with my little kiddo. Again, they're not very long walks this week. I'm not sure why I didn't do my longer walks this week. In the present week that it's in, which is the week of September the 4th, the reason we're not doing longer walks is because with the humidity, it's like 40 plus degrees. And my little people are too little for that. Or at least my littlest guy is too little to be out for that in a very long amount of time. So I marked that, and then I am actually going really slow here. What is happening? What is happening? Huh. Interesting. I don't have my planner next to me. I'm literally just going off the screen. So I think for talking for 17 minutes straight, I did a pretty good job. Oh, I was trying to fit everything in. Yeah, this was tricky. Okay, so we did more weeding on this day. And then with a paper and milk maru, I had to apply for before and after school care for my kiddo for 2024. That is how limited in spaces we are. And when I first called them to confirm, I was like 400 something's on the wait list. I've moved up to the hundreds, maybe into the 90s, but it's not guaranteed that in 1 year we will get a spot because there's very, very few spots. Then that evening, I marked that I called my friend Sarah, and then I marked that I had outdoor time with my older guy. We just played around in the yard a little bit, and I had to use yet another day extender because it was a busier day again. So my big guy had soccer, and to mark that, I'll use a Fox and Pip icon as well as a custom font from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. I just cut the Fox and Pip one down just a smidge. Just needed to cut it down a little bit. Again, here I am struggling with box placement and struggling with these quarter boxes. I'm just not very good at them. And because they are for the Prairie Planner and they fit a very specific size, I feel it's just tricky. Anyway, let me just see how I chose to mark this. Oh yeah. So beneath it, I just wanted to mark that I put both of my kids to bed. My husband normally takes my big kid and I take the little kid and we divide and conquer. But that night he needed a break. And so I'm like, okay, I'd rather you tag in than be like in a bad mood with the kids. So I just did it both and that was fine. And then finally I used a Coffee Monsterz Co. emoji just to note that I myself had a very early night. It had been it's busy. It's been busy. It's been busy. The whole summer's been busy. The whole thing has been busy. So then we go on to Friday, and I feel like everything is a bit of a mess here. I promise you I will move the planner down. So on Friday, after I dropped my kiddo off from school, we went to Sobeys again. And then I did 2 massive loads of laundry that day. And I used a Fox and Pip icon for that. I had another nap with my little guy just because, again, nights are tricky and this teething is insane. And I made an Amazon order for diapers. wasn't anything special. And then I made a Fox and Cactus order just because I had to. And then finally, to end off the day, I noted that I pulled some stickers and just had some planning time, which was so lovely. And that little emoji is from the sub box as well. On Saturday, it was a big day, and my mom FaceTimed us in the morning, which was super nice. We love doing that on the weekends with both of my parents. They like FaceTiming. We don't live in the same city as them, so it's nice to do that. And then we had a really long play date from 8:30 until noon, which was so lovely. But one of the reasons we had such a long play date was it was torrential pouring, like just insane, absolutely insane. So I noted that and I marked that. And then after that, I decided to take my big guy puddle jumping because after, what's more fun than puddle jumping in the rain? And then my little guy went down for a nice nap by himself. So my big guy and I just got some time to snuggle together. And then my husband and I the kids went down super easy that night. So we just had like some nice adult time, just watching some shows, chit chatting, catching up. We do that a couple times a week. I like to mark that. It's important. Then on Sunday, I was going really fast on Sunday. So on Sunday, I definitely had laundry. I can't see the top part of my page here. I definitely had some laundry to do, and I made Angry Monsters with my kiddo. And then we had to go to the thrift store because we were getting a shirt for my kiddo to go to the Hunt Club party, a garden party at my dad's club. So this is the full completed spread. I can't believe how well it turned out. I love every bit of it, and I hope you did too.